Let's do some teams, shall we? Okay, so for our first team up, we've got ourselves the Ginyu Force. Yes, the Ginyu Force, the men of the saga from Namek. Obviously, we've got this here, Core 6. And then we have Goldo here, because you need him. And Pod Frieza, because he also buffs up quite a few people on this team. And by that, I mean everyone. You'll see in a bit. And here's why I have this here team as like a best team. Because this rank 1 player is using the full Ginyu Force. And he's got them all 14 stars. So why he's ranked 1 is obviously because of this here. Now, it's not just this rank 1. Literally nearly everybody is running this team. Why is that the question? We all need to be answered. So let's get straight into their abilities. Obviously, first up we got ourselves the captain himself. Obviously, he's going to be Zenkai, so he has 2 unique abilities. And as we can see here, 3 or more can you 50% and 40 key recovery, which is pretty good. And to continue going on, look at this. He inflicts heavy bleed. He gives more damage. It's mental. And obviously for his last unique ability and his Z ability, obviously he restores health, which is a key component, and he buffs attack, which is good. Now, onto the sparking Ginyu Goku. Obviously, again, he's got 2 of them because he's a sparking, so he has that advantage. Now, this here is actually not half bad, in all honesty, because he actually does provide quite a bit, and he gets special move every time he uses a special action, which is solid. Now, moving on to the extreme units that aren't Zenkai, meaning that we have got ourselves Jace. Obviously, this is going to be a lot longer than the previous 2, but obviously this is so that you can actually see all of his abilities, and he actually does do quite a bit actually, minus the deaf character, but we'll digress from that. And here's Burter. He gets a charge rate. Why this is a thing? Why this is a thing nobody knows. It's stupid. But anyways, let's move on to our next character, being the Raccoon. Obviously, he's a defense type, so he's going to revolve around defense, meaning that he gets up to about 30% to minus damage received, which is pretty good. And he gets some strike, which is also good, and he provides defense ability, which is also good, and you're going to need it. Now this here, Goldo, is on this team because of his Z ability. He gives health to Frieza Force, which is obviously a good thing. So yeah, that's why he's in this team, because he's also part of the Ginyu Force. And now we got ourselves the captain himself, the first ever Sparkin. Obviously he's not going to be very good because he's significantly outdated. However, he does do quite a bit. And he gets special move gauge up even further, which is even better. And obviously there's a lot of Gokus and Vegetas, and this is also, I've obviously pumped him up to 14 stars because I don't have 14 stars, so this is why you get the 14 stars. And now Pod Frieza. He's obviously good against Saiyan, and there's quite a bit of Saiyans. So that's why he's on this team. And he also gets a lot of blast attack for Frieza Force. And also, look at this here, he gets nullification of the attributes. So yeah, that is why he's also on this team here. But regardless, we're going to move that aside. And now we're going to talk about the next team. Alright, so for our next team, it's obviously going to be the Bardock Squad. And the way I have it, obviously going to be these 6 characters. And then obviously Fasha herself. Obviously being the next character. And Fasha herself again, but this time the red variant. However, instead of the baby Vegeta, you could use this EX Yellow Bardock, which I'll get into in a bit. And obviously, I've put this team down because they're on the leaderboard as well. They're on the leaderboard, which is pretty good. And as you can see, he's managed to get himself a rank 21, which, to be honest, is really good. And as you can see, he's running the Bardock as well. I only have the baby Vegeta there, for obvious reasons that we'll get to in a bit. However, this is what you could use if you wanted to, if you don't have the baby Vegeta at good start. So let's get into how well they can do, obviously. We got ourselves the Bardock Burst. And since he's obviously madman against Frieza, he's going to get extra damage to him. And he gets Ki recovery for more Saiyan. And as you can see here, the split of max stats. So you get the full range of his Z ability. Next is going to be the Tora. Obviously being an EX, he has no extra unique ability. So this is all you have. Now, the way you want to be using him is by having him like in the middle somewhere, a bare most. Because obviously he gets the most out of him. That's the only reason why. Next one is going to be Shugesh. I pumped him up because I only have him 2 stars off. So there's that. But he doesn't really do anything other than just give himself extra stats. So yeah. For baby Vegeta, why I have him in here? Look at that Z ability. Although it's pumped up to 14 stars, look at the Z ability, 32%. And he's damage against Saiyans, which is pretty good. And he debuffs. Next is obviously the Tora. Obviously, he is like a new EX, meaning that he has a lot more in the 1Z ability than the previous lot. So, this is why I have like different screenshots, and this is what we see here. Pretty good support Sweetos actually, with health restoration and all that carry on. And this is what you get at max stats, which is pretty solid, if I do say so myself. Let's move on to Borgos, the defense. He obviously has a cover change, which is universal. No health restriction, which is pretty good. And he also heals the team, which is also pretty good. And look at the Z ability. He gives himself blast defense, blast attack, which most of our characters probably aren't, but still. Now, for the blue fascia, look at this! What is this? One has the whole fucking side of the board. And he restores 3% for everyone in range. And obviously can't inflict non-attack for 1 turn. It only activates the 1 time. However, she gives a blast defense and attack and strike defense for the Bardock Squad, which is pretty neat. And now moving on to the Bardock, if you are going to run him. Obviously, he's extremely shit. But, plus, I've checked his stats, he's primarily strike. I don't know why he has blast here, but he helps with Shugesh. However, there is one more team that is a tad bit weird, so let's get into it. Are you ready for the team? You ready? Alright, here it is. Yep. I have absolutely no idea what's going on with this team. However, I will try my best. And obviously I'll have like slapped up here what they're best with. So let's get straight into it. Obviously, the Fascia and Tora, we already know. The Raditz is a Saiyan buffer. Dispo, Rival Universe. Bam! 1 Rival Universe. Raditz has 5 characters. Pycon is only there because he's a blue card generator. Turles, I have absolutely no idea why. Bulma is there to help with the defense because she's a defensive unit. And plus she's a Sparkin, so obviously you're going to get a lot more out of her. And again, I'll have them like slapped up here. I don't know how he managed to get himself to rank 13. It's beyond me. So yeah, there's that. I'm so confused with this team. But, hope you did enjoy. I have no idea what that voice crack was. Hope you did enjoy. This is going to be the end of the video. If you do want to see me do something more like this here in the future, do smash a like, and if we get 2 likes, I'll do more. But yeah, other than that, I shall see you all in the walkthrough video.